Okay, hello, this is Jonathan Kamlege once again, and today I want us to look at this number here. The question is saying young farmers club in a certain school. It has got 15 boys and 10 girls. They want us to find the probability of selecting two boys, both of them being boys, or selecting a boy and a girl. This is how we're going to do this number here. Let me start by summarizing my question. My question, they are telling me we have 15 boys, and also we have 10 girls. I am going to if I let boys to be B and also girls to be G. That means that the total number of students I have in this class, it's going to be 25 students, because there are 15 boys and 10 girls, giving us a total of 25 students. I'm going to use what you call a factor tree diagram to find out the possible probabilities of these numbers. Then after, I'll be able to find out what is needed out of me. And I'll take an example. This is my class or my club. This club is made up of 15 boys, and then it is made up of 10 girls. Therefore, we have two probabilities. You have a probability of getting a boy, and also probability of getting a girl. Therefore, if we select a boy from this class, that means that the number of boys are going to reduce. Now, instead of being 15, now they're going to become 14. Whereas the number of girls, they're going to remain constant as 10. Boys and then girls. The same thing here. If I select a girl, meaning that the number of boys, they're going to remain constant to be 15 boys. Plus the number of girls, they're going to reduce. They're going to be 9 girls. Therefore, the probability of picking a boy is going to be 15 out of 25. Plus the probability of picking a girl is going to be 10 out of 25. On the second pick, this is my second pick because we are selecting twice. This is my second pick. Here I may get my probability of a boy. Also here I may get the probability of getting a girl. On the first pick, I may pick a boy. Also on the second pick, I pick a boy again. Or on the first pick, I may pick a boy. On the second pick, I pick a girl, as you can see there. Let's move on to this side also. Therefore, the probability is going to be also boy and the probability of a girl. That means that on my second pick here, I may pick a girl first and then a girl second, or I may pick a girl first and a boy second. The probability here in this case is going to be now 14 out of. Now the total changes. Instead of being 25, because the number has been reduced here, now to be 24. 24. The same thing here, probability is going to be 10 out of 24. Here it's going to be 15 out of 24. Here is going to be 9 out of 24. Therefore, our first question, these are the possible outcomes in our question. That means that here I may have a boy and a boy. Here I may have the first one may be a boy and the second one may be a girl. Here I may have the first one may be a girl and the second one may be a boy. And here the first one is a girl and also the second one is a girl. Those are the possible probabilities which we can get in this question. Now it becomes easier for us to find out the probability of having both boys. Probability of having both boys, we are going to take this one here, and also that one there, because that's the only route which gives us only boys in our study. That implies that probability of having boy and a boy, it's going to be now 15 out of 25 times 14 out of 24 times 14 out of 24. This will give me 7 out of 20, and that becomes the probability of having two boys out of the class. Okay, now let's do the second question. The second question wants us to find the probability of having a boy and a girl. Probability of having a boy and a girl, or probability of having boy and a girl. Basically, what we normally do with this one here, a boy and a girl, we shall take this route. I can either have a boy as my first attempt here. Also, I can have a girl as my second attempt there. Or I may either have a girl on my first attempt, then I have a boy on my second attempt. Those are the possible probabilities in that case. Therefore, we shall take this line. It will be 15 out of 25 times 10 out of 24. Also, I'll take this route to be 10 out of 25 times 15 out of 24. If I multiply these two and I add them, then I'll be able to get that probability. Therefore, here I'll come and I will say, here I'll come and I'll write it down and I will say, I'll have 15, I'll have probability, which is 15 out of 25 times 10 out of 24 plus 10 out of 23 times 15 out of 24. If I multiply here, this will give me 1 out of 4 plus also 1 out of 4. If I add here to give it 2 out of 4. By 2 gets 1, by 2 gets 2. That implies that I have 1 out of 2. Therefore, the probability of getting boys and girls in that case is going to be 1 out of 2. And that's how we get the answer of that expression. Let me hope it has been clear.